Boom! We are live, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the Life as a Chad YouTube channel. And I thank all of you for being here, wherever you may be. And of course, however you may be listening. So my recent video titled "When Simps Do Simp Things" was pretty popular. I think I'm going to do a quick second version on it. I've done it in one way, shape, or form in the past, but this last one really did hit. And on the particular video that we're going to be watching, and I will be reviewing, I think I actually did another video about it in more elongated form. This one, credit to the channel that clipped it. These channels are awesome, to tell you the truth. When I pull it up, I'll go ahead and give them a shout out. Went ahead and really condensed it. So this is, I mean, literally it's a 2-second short. And we're going to respond to this or check it out. But before we get into any of that, I want to ask you guys to consider smashing that fucking subscribe button. At the very least, like, comment, share. You guys know the drill. If you guys want to follow my Twitter, you guys can see it on this video or in the description box. And if you guys want to donate to the channel, go ahead and check out the description box for that. And without further ado, let's get into this. You guys know I am utterly and completely anti-simping. Now, with that being said, I'm kind of caught between a rock and a hard place with regards to how I react when I see simps doing simp things. I'm caught between either totally and utterly ripping them for the simps and goofballs that they are, or having some compassion. The Christian in me says to have some compassion and realize that ultimately most men have been there at some point in their life. Not me, but no, most men have been there at some point in their lives. And so, you know, we'll kind of see what shakes out here when we watch this. But this guy, his girlfriend, went on to the whatever podcast, and she was on OnlyFans. And she, you know, through inquiry from Brian, she really did open up about her personal life, to which the individuals who watched the whatever podcast responded, including myself, in complete frustration and pushback for how she treated this guy and basically the dynamics of their relationship and what she had to say. You know, I'd have to go back and check the full form of it, but I think one of the main things was that she did not, and this is common with a lot of girls who do OnlyFans and who do nography. They think that what they do is not cheating and it doesn't count. It's not the same thing. Just like when guys say, but when guys say it, it's actually more true than when they say that. When guys say, well, it's not the same when a man sleeps with a woman as when a woman sleeps with a man, and especially when they do it with somebody that's not their significant other. And I'm pretty sure that she herself said that as well. She said that she's not cool with him stepping out and being with other women, and really does not see it the same. But I did want to play this clip here, and let's check it out.
Yeah. Fiance, so midway through your relationship, you started doing OnlyFans, correct?
Yeah.
And then stripping. Adult content with other men.
That
just to clarify.
For only if they have an OnlyFans and they're into that.
But you're okay with it.
See, they always clarify. You know, the more that I watch these videos, the more I realize, and I commented on one of these Red Pill channels a few days ago, the more you start to realize, like back in the day, you know, when you're growing up, you have your friends and you see in social media, people joke about, you know, how women were the ones of the two sexes who ate the apple from the ate the forbidden fruit. And, you know, we live in this sinful world because of women, and women are these temptress individuals. And, you know, as you get older, you start to realize after more and more experience and evidence that there at least is something to be said about that. But the main thing that I wanted to point out is you realize, whether that's true or not, you realize that women are not all, but a lot of them definitely do. Everything that they do is their worldview, what they say, what comes out of their mouth, the things that they advocate for or don't advocate for, is all about ultimately what will benefit them personally. And it basically comes from this very self-centered perspective. And what she just said is another example of that, where she is willing to say anything, utterly anything. And this is why I always say, don't listen to what they say, only watch what they do. I know that's easier said than done, but it really is true. I did not mean to rhyme there, but good on me. And, you know, basically at the time that this podcast was released, everybody was saying, everything she's saying is just bullshit, and she's just saying it just to say it. You know, none of it means anything. And just give it time. She gonna leave your ass. And you know, the whole time she's saying, no, that's not true. That's not true. I really like him. I love him. You know, that's not true because of this. And you know, we're only doing this so that we can have a future together and we can buy the big house. And you know, then I'll be able to leave OnlyFans. All these different copes, the fucking copes, all the copes. And here we are.
I am okay with it, yes. You know, I don't...
Also, I remember saying when I reviewed this video that he is exactly what I expected him to look like, honestly. And you know, I really don't want to kill the guy with my word salad here, but with my thoughts here, but he really does look exactly like what I would, you know, when you envision a guy who like puts up with all of this shitty behavior. And this is why on Fresh and Fit, they always say, yeah, you know, when girls try and justify their bad behavior and say, well, but you know, the type of man that you're talking about, I'm not into. And it's like, no, you are. And the type of men that you're talking about, you're not into. You don't find attractive. The type of men that you say that, you know, you want men to be this and do that, those very men, you're not even attracted to yourself. But he looks exactly like what I expected him to look. And, you know, I really do feel bad for this guy on a certain level, but, you know, sometimes tough love is necessary. Sometimes a motherfucker needs to be slapped in the face with reality in order. It's the biggest red pill that there is a dose of reality.
Watch any of her. It's just something that I'm very passive. I don't want to know about it because this is the woman that I do love and care for.
This is the
so
woman
yes,
that I
there is
do
that
love.
aspect of it. But as long as she's not romantically involved with someone else, I don't view it as cheating.
So last time I was on here, I was with Keely Rose, who is an OnlyFans girl, and yeah, she basically, after 6 years of living together and being together every day, she left me for another guy, and I was very heartbroken about it, but I will survive.
So you guys are
Let's
engaged.
watch it one more time.
Fiance. So midway through your relationship, you start doing OnlyFans, correct?
Yeah.
And then stripping. Adult content
Yeah.
with other men,
That
just to clarify.
for only if they have
Yes.
an OnlyFans and they're into that.
But you're okay with it.
I am okay with it, yes. You know, I don't watch.
Think about how many times she used that line to this guy, what she just said, Well, it's only for OnlyFans. I don't actually have the emotional attachment. I don't actually like the 10-inch dick that gets shoved into me in every hole that you can imagine. I don't actually like it. I don't even like sex. I only do this for money. Sex? What sex? I hate it. Think about how many times she told that guy this. And it was all bullshit. All of it amounted to nonsense. And this guy took tremendous, I guarantee it took a tremendous amount of mental fortitude to wrap his mind around this whole situation and get into this very place that you guys see in this freeze frame here, only for it to be shattered in a million pieces.
Any of her, it's just something that I'm very passive. I don't want to know about it because this is the woman that I do love and care for. So yes, there is that aspect of it, but as long as she's not romantic.
When I was laughing before, I was laughing. I mean, the situation is pretty funny, but I was mostly laughing at the editing. The editing is fucking great. And the channel is Macho Mindset. Shout out to Macho Mindset. Of course, this is a clip from the Whatever podcast, but this is Macho Mindset who made this clip.
Romantically involved with someone else, I don't view it as cheating.
So last time I was on here, I was with Keely Rose, who is an OnlyFans girl, and yeah, she basically, after 6 years of living together and being together,
that edit is great,
for another guy. And I was very heartbroken about it, but I will survive.
So you guys are engaged.
All right, guys. So there you guys have it. There's not really much more to be said about it. It definitely sucks for him. And, there's tons of guys who have gone through that very same thing. And like I said, personally, I don't resonate with the type of mindset that a guy like that has. But as a Christian, I kind of have competing thoughts about how to feel about something like that occurring. But ultimately, the logic, the male logic wins out. It wins out. And I tell myself that this guy deserved everything that he got. He was played for the fool that he is. And he'll learn from this. And if he doesn't, he especially deserves everything that came his way. And to tell you the truth, guys, I would not be surprised in the least if he still thinks at least somewhat the way that he's been, the same way that got him into the situation that he's in now. I guarantee it, because it is hard, guys. You watch these videos of these people having totally incoherent worldviews. And it's something that I had to confront myself, not an incoherent worldview, because that's not how my mind works, but people who do have it. And I would commonly ask myself, like, how do these people like not see it? What is the big roadblock to them growing and realizing that their thought has some issues, that their worldview has some issues? And the bottom line is, it's very difficult for most people to come to grips with the fact that they had it wrong. I think there's an actual term for it. It's like, I don't have it right now, but there is a legitimate term for it. Maybe I'll put it in a comment in this video, but people have it when it comes to politics. You're going to see a ton of people have it when it comes to the COOF situation. You're going to have a ton of people who are able to lie to themselves and end up years down the line saying, no, I was on this side, when in reality, they were the NPCs who went along with every little effing thing that made it a totally effed up situation. So, I would not be surprised in the least if this guy has only learned a little bit. And sadly, it's probably going to take at least one more time, at least one mo again of this guy getting totally nutted on for him to figure out that he don't like getting nutted on. Maybe he does. grow from this situation intellectually. So it sucks, definitely does, but like I said, ultimately, tons and tons of people. Think about this, guys. I guarantee he read the comments. Tons and tons and tons of people told him how much of an idiot he was being and that he needed to get it figured out and leave this broad, or tell her that she had to be done with OnlyFans or he was out the door. And see, this really illustrates what a lot of guys get wrong. See, you'll hear a lot of Christians in particular, but really just guys in general. You'll hear them say the trope, happy wife, happy life. And they think that the more that they try to make their significant other, the woman, happy, the more that it will benefit them and better it will be for the man in the relationship. And it's just a total misnomer. It could not be further from the truth, because ultimately, every single time you do that, every time you cave and give in and do exactly what she says, I mean, whatever the case may be, but ultimately, every time you do that, you are disengaging from your masculine frame and mindset and entering into the submissive, non-dominant position. And it's totally a turnoff. So every time you do that, while you think it's helping you, it's actually hurting you over and over and over and over again, until it gets to a place where she knows that she doesn't like it. She doesn't find it attractive, but she doesn't have the courage or the goodness really to be honest with you and say, no, I hate that shit. I thought I liked being able to tell you what to do all the time, but I really don't. And that doesn't happen. And she just ends up leaving your ass. And so you do it over and over and over and over again. And those types of men don't realize that it's slowly chipping away at the statue, the attraction statue that she had for you. You need to remain in your masculine mindset. And so this guy, you see, was willing to mentally like warp his mind into accepting behavior that he knew was dirty, rotten, and not right, especially for a serious relationship. But he lied to himself and had the common error, the common mistake of having the mindset, happy wife, happy life, or happy girlfriend, happy life, even when she's getting railed by 12-inch black men or 12-inch body part black men on black men. Even when that's occurring, as long as I make her happy, it'll be good for me, and it'll be good for the relationship. No, that is false. Women value masculinity. They value a strong man, and a strong man who is masculine sure as shit does not allow his girl to walk all over him. A strong man sets boundaries and, yes, is willing to step away from a relationship if said boundaries continuously get crossed. All right, guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm very happy I came across that clip today. Like I said, if you guys want to follow the Twitter, you guys can see it in the bottom left of the screen here at Life as a Chad on Twitter. If I get enough followers, I'll definitely start throwing some bangers out there and really start going with it on Twitter. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you absolutely can. Find that in the description. And last but not least, DBAP, don't be a pussy willow. And facts are feelings, because your feelings just don't matter. Love you, King. See you guys next time. Christ is King. Peace.